Hello, I'm John Fox on the channel John West. I'm having a Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony adventure, and Anji's dead. Yanaga has survived as the first 2 weeks. She was definitely going to die though, I predicted that well in advance. Yeah, I thought she was Miss Fan Service. And if she did kill her, then we'll have no Miss Fan Service. Can Dangan do that though? Is it strong enough to do that? We'll find out. She actually is my predicted killer, isn't she? Yes, she is. As there is no use complaining, we are better off beginning our investigation. So everyone, we all know what we need to do, yes?
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, by the third murder, we should all be pretty used to dead bodies.
Wait!
It's not Gonta. No way Gonta ever get used to this.
Nope.
Trust me, you don't want to get used to this. No one should get used to this. That's nice and all, but it seems pretty insincere coming from an assassin.
Unfortunately.
Let's start investigating. It's not like we have any other choice. See, my theory was that Miu programmed Kibo to do it.
You're right.
That's true. But still, it's strange. This is a bizarre setup. 4 wax figures, effigies of the dead, hung upside down in the room. And in the middle, Anji's body, and a pool of blood. It certainly appears to be some kind of ritual.
Shuichi!
Right, bro, I'm counting on you as my sidekick. Let's end this nightmare together. Yeah,
okay.
but are you feeling okay? We seriously don't have time to be talking about this. No way we're gonna die here. I'm definitely gonna find the culprit.
Seems
The
like...
culprit? Is it really someone among us that killed Anji? I get how you feel, Tsumugi, but do you have to repeat that tired old line every time? No, what am I thinking? Why did I have her as... Yeah, because of Kibo. Because of Kibo. I get how you feel, Tsumugi, but do you have to repeat that tired old line every time? No, that's not it. I mean, could this have been the work of the transfer student?
Huh?
Anji prepared the ritual in this room to resurrect the dead, right? And she made those wax dolls hanging upside down as a part of the ritual.
Could it be...
Maybe the ritual succeeded and the resurrected person killed her.
Hey!
What's up? Shut up already. She doesn't say what's up, she just says what? It's her fault, telling scary stories out of nowhere like that. Have I set the alarm? I have not. I can't tell. It's at an annoying angle. Let's say it's been going for 5 minutes. There we go. Saying messed up stuff like that. Koto, are you alright?
Damn.
Sure, sorry, Shuichi. I just need to get some fresh air. And before I forget... some beer. My last beer. And it's the last video, so it's fitting. I'll leave this to you and Maki. Do a good job, you guys. Kato left, still a little wobbly. Do a good job. That coward has a lot of nerve bossing us around. Maybe it wasn't the best way to phrase it, but he just wants to encourage.
Jeez.
Clearly settled right into your sidekick role.
It's okay.
I don't need him to give me orders. With so few people left, I can't afford to sit out anymore.
Well...
Where should we start? We should check the Monokuma file first, right?
You're right.
Yes, let's take a look. The first victim is Anji Yonaga. No, not the first victim. The victim. The ultimate artist. The body was found in the ultimate lab. The time of death is approximately 2 in the morning. The cause of death is a stab wound to the back of the neck. Why does it show the top of her head then? The forehead also has a laceration. Monokuma File 3 has been added to the triplet section of your monopad. The Monokuma file included the time of death this time. 2 a.m. Everyone must have been asleep. We probably can't rely on witness testimonies. Okay, are there 5 normal chapters and a 6th secret chapter? Or are there 4 and the 5th one's like a special one? I can't remember now. So the murder happened at night time after all. If everyone followed the student council's rules like Angie and Natua said. What good would saying that do? The culprit may be one of the student council, yes? Member of the student council, that's... We should go and figure that out. Let's start investigating and solve this mystery together.
It's impossible.
Himiko?
I can't do it. I can't investigate Angie's body. If we don't make it through the class trial, then everyone will die. I don't care anymore. What?
What a
Surviving and everything else. It's too much of a pain.
What was
Then
that?
why don't you just use your magic to revive Angie?
Please
There's no time for your
stop!
mean-spirited taunts. Reviving her is clearly impossible.
Is that
I cannot
so?
say that with certainty, no. Excuse me?
Huh?
Well, of
No.
course, resurrecting her is impossible. But I know a way we can speak with Angie.
You see,
We can summon her spirit with a seance called the Caged Child. Seance?
What are you trying to pull?
What are you talking about? Cut it out already. Yeah, this is no time for
me!
jokes.
I am serious.
This is for our investigation. For our investigation! If we speak with Angie, we can ask her who the culprit is and bring this case to a swift close.
Well,
First
you
a
know.
resurrection ritual, and now a seance. Are you messing with us?
Do you understand?
I would appreciate it if you didn't compare it to Monokuma's foolishness. Seances are genuine occurrences. They are written in the literature the world over. In fact, I myself have participated in seances a great many times. Many times? On top of that, we have the rare chance to perform the legendary seance, the Caged Child. The other reason Gonta has to survive is that he's the only one finding the written clues. Okay, we've got a title for the episode. I genuinely can't figure out what I wrote for the title of the last episode, so I'm going to write this slight tracks of a... I'm going to have to watch the episode back. The Caged Child. That can only say... Okay, the word caged looks a bit weird, but it's better. It's a bit of a writing this time. On top of that, we have the rare chance to perform the legendary seance, the Caged Child. It would be foolish not to take advantage of this, yes? Sorry, I'm going to ruin the joke here, but I'm trying to think of what the most inappropriate song lyrics would be to bust out at the right moment. You're not supposed to preempt jokes. Going to be doing a joke in about 5 minutes. Hope you're looking forward to it. Like that, but, well, I'm rubbish, aren't I? No, I'm not going to be able to do it. The only thing that came to mind is Len, Steal My Sunshine. Like, and I can't quite remember. No, it's true for me and for Steal My Sunshine. Like, it doesn't really... It's a funny song in that it's random and, like, some weird one-off song from the 90s. But, like, it's not rhythmically funny to interject. Anyway. Rhythm is important to jokes. Yeah. If you watch a lot of wrestling, you'll see, oh, having bad rhythm completely kills jokes dead. Doesn't matter if you know, if you understand punchline and the bit before the punchline. Oh, I clearly understand jokes. You don't need to know the words. Set up and punchline, right? And it's all about timing and a juxtaposition and so all that nonsense. But, well, I guess rhythm is in timing. But the point is, when people say about certain words being intrinsically funny, that's true. Not just because, like, spoon is funny. It's the shape of the word. It's the rhythm of how one says the word. There's an art to a good punchline. It's not just what would mechanically make the most sense. If it can bumble out your mouth with a certain pattern, it'll be funnier. And Len, Steal My Sunshine just wasn't rhythmically funny as a fake seance. No matter how you put it, now's not the time for something... Oh, I suspect the only way to confirm your earlier theory is by performing the seance, yes? My earlier theory? The possibility of the culprit being the resurrected transfer student. It is not wise to go into the class trial with such outlandish theories in one's head. To prove such a thing impossible, I think it would be best if we consult Angie herself. Two people get up really early in the morning, and it's Korekiyo and Maki. That might be important. They brought that up for some reason, so it's going to come up. But it might mean they were already up, but like we went to sleep after midnight. That logic is peculiar, to say the least. Holding a seance to find out the ritual. So we're gonna fight the cult with the occult? Well, we can't worry about this forever, so we might as well go with the easiest solution.
How
okay,
exciting.
I'll help out. I was getting bored of investigating anyway.
Huh?
I'll help too. You too, Himiko. If I can talk to Angie one more time, I'll do anything. A seance or whatever it takes, I'll do it.
Well...
Okay, and what I'm hoping... There has been a seance in... Poirot. I don't know if it was in the books, but it was in the series. Because there was a couple of things that Agatha Christie was kind of interested in, but knew that Poirot wouldn't like. And that's certain occult things, like tea leaf reading and seances and stuff like that. And obviously it doesn't make sense for Poirot to know that, and she understood. Agatha Christie really hated Poirot after a while, because he was incredibly fastidious. And if you've got to write someone, he's got to be fastidious because she has to explain why he knows so much. She's not a lazy writer, which just made him really annoying. He just had a billion annoying little habits. But it meant that he had this... was it tea leaves or seances? The point I'm making is, if Poirot did a seance or tea leaf reading, it would be a lie. It would be the kind of lie, and Poirot does lie all the time. He's not... It would be the type of lie that this game really, really likes. The lie we tell during court to get somebody to confess the truth. The sort of manoeuvring to get somebody to confess, that sort of thing. Poirot was also quite fond of, sorry, explain yourself. You know how he gathers everyone in the room. I'm going to tell you the story. I'm going to tell you the puzzle that I just solved. Which Agatha Christie didn't invent, but she certainly popularised it. She basically used it in every single book. But, like, especially if you watch the series, occasionally you just go, do you really need to do this, Poirot? There's one where they're on a cruise ship. And it's parked somewhere. It's not a cruise ship. I think it's some just sort of foreign holiday, but they just happen to be staying in boats. And he decides to reveal the murderer during the magic show. He does a magic show, and then he uses the same trick as the murderer did. Because it turns out the murderer knows magic. Like actual tricks. Well, I guess that is the same. And because he does the same thing, I can't quite remember what the trick was, but because he uses the technique, the murderer knows that he's figured it out. But, like, he could have just said it was him. Like, he didn't need to do a fake magic show where he did a seance. Like, so the whole seance thing Poirot does I think a couple of times he's done seance-like things, but it's always been to draw the murderer out. He doesn't believe in seances. I think the jury was out. I can't remember if Agatha Christie did. She certainly she enjoyed tea leaves. It doesn't mean she believed in them, but you got to bear in mind that both seances and tea leaves, and well, I guess the modern ones more so, but like they're shows, right? Even if you don't believe in them, people go to them, and it's a night out. It's an evening, isn't it? And you spend an hour. It's essentially entertainment. It's healthy as long as you don't believe in it. But like, obviously, there's a bunch of charlatans. Well, they're all charlatans, but there's a bunch of charlatans just trying to talk to grieving widows, going, "Go on, give us some money," which I guess, it was always that. But the whole cross my palm with silver thing. I mean, those people are just charlatans as well, obviously. There's a sort of in-between state where it is comfortably entertainment. If that makes any sense. Anyway, I'm going to continue. Stop my rant about the occult and Agatha Christie, and continue on with this game. I shall. Hopefully I remembered. Sorry about that cough. I won't cut that out either, because I'm too lazy to. I'll help out as well. I can't leave Himiko alone.
Do whatever you want.
She just doesn't like you.
Yes!
Tenko. Okay, I will.
So then...
So now we have 4 participants. Kokichi, Himiko, Tenko, and myself. However, the caged child requires 5 people. We're still 1 short. Fine, then Keyboy can come too.
You're
I
right.
guess we can't be picky. Why am I being forced to participate and being treated like a burden?
Well,
So then, we need a place to perform the seance. What about one of those empty rooms? Where shall we do it? How about your lab?
No.
In order for the caged child to succeed. Sorry. I've only had 2 beers. No. In order for the caged child to succeed, the room must be as dark as possible. My lab has windows, so turning the lights off won't make it quite dark enough. How about the empty rooms? What? She doesn't look like it. Then how about the empty rooms? Empty rooms? The one on the 4th floor? This floor? The floor we're currently on? There aren't any windows there, so if we blow out the candles it should be pitch dark. There's panels missing at the back of the room. You know, where somebody could stand in the other room and talk through it. Because why would... I'm assuming that he's doing that. Not to talk to the dead, but to trick someone into speaking. We also have somebody with a tape recorder on them. There aren't any windows there, so if we blow out the candles it should be pitch dark. Sure, I'm fine with that. I agree with Himiko. Or we might have another murder. That'd be quite exciting, wouldn't it?
Tell me
I
your
mean, lights go
thoughts.
out, lights turn back on, dead body. Classic. Classic. Right Cluedo, that is. However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which ones shall we use? The middle one. Sorry. The middle room. The middle room's always the best for stuff like this. Very
I
well.
see,
I
yes.
shall begin the preparations at once. I shall have you 4 help as well. Let us carry all the necessary equipment from my lab. Are you really going to do this?
Do you understand?
This is for our investigation. I said as much, did I not? Okay. I think Korekiyo is not doing a real seance. He's tricking someone, and he's going to have extra information during the trial. That won't come out during my investigation. Which worries me, because... Well, no, that goes into my theory, doesn't it? Because it's either Kibo or somebody not in the group. We need to use all our efforts to discover the culprit, lest our lives be lost. Kyo, Kokichi, Kibo, Tenko, and Himiko all left the scene. Right, not Gonta. It's not Gonta. There are only 2 people in the scene that could have been the murderer. And it's one of the girls. It's one of the girls on the left. I did guess Miyu, didn't I? But it could be Tsumugi. She had to dress all the... No, she didn't dress the dolls. They're made out of wax, otherwise the skirts would fall. And the real reason the skirts don't fall is because they were too lazy to redraw them. All the K's left.
This is
Are they
stupid.
serious about this stupid seance? For his trick to work, they have to believe that he believes. Perhaps that's just a part of the investigation in their eyes. We should go with it. In any case, I should focus on what I can do. What the ultimate detective can do. I'm pretty sure a murderer in Agatha Christie has used a seance as well. That's why I paused for a while there. Because I was wondering if he was using it. Yeah, Agatha Christie, like, it was quite popular in Victorian times. What the hell are you talking about? It's set in the 20s or the 30s. I think it's the 30s. The books are set in the 30s. The TV program's set slightly later than that, I think. It's pre-World... No. World War I happens during Poirot. Like, during 2 of the series. No one cares about Poirot while you're playing this game, John. Turn up the scene. This busty brainy beauty has figured this all figured out. You mean you know who the culprit is?
What was
Huh?
that?
The fuck? The culprit? Sweetie,
Hey.
do we really have time to be listening to her? Hey, wait!
Wait!
Goddammit! You're just gonna ignore my genius idea? Just listen to me,
What?
okay? Come on, listen to me, listen.
Okay.
Well, if you're gonna twist my arm, then I'll tell you. You better thank me for this.
You know.
You're all dumber than fleas, but even you get how weird these wax dolls are, right? They are strange. Are they for the ritual or for another purpose?
Well then.
But I figured it out with just one glance. These are diversions.
Could it be?
Diversions? Yep.
Listen
The
up.
culprit used these wax dolls to distract us from something. What do you mean
Wait a
by
minute.
that?
What?
How should I know? Isn't that Sherlock Holmes' job? You're a waste of
knew
time.
it.
Maki turned and walked away. I can't say I blame her. Huh?
What was that?
The hell's her problem? She on a rag or something? So Angie made these wax dolls, huh? The resemblance is pretty uncanny. Let's say the devil's in the details, you know? Let's see how detailed these really are. Hey! Miyu tried to look up the wax figure's skirt. What are you doing? Stop that! I just wanted to see if this doll was wearing panties. Wait, do you have a doll fetish? Are you excited to see your dead girlfriend as a doll now? Sorry, I didn't read. Are you excited that your dead girlfriend is a doll now?
Ha,
You like wax
virgin.
dolls so much? Then go fuck a doll already. I'm starting to agree with Maki. Talking to Miyu is a waste of time. The wax skirts are... Oh my god. I'm not sure if it's okay to say this, but could Tenko be the culprit? Tenko? It's not like I have any proof or anything, but earlier I heard Himiko say that Tenko was trying to betray the student council. So you suspect
No.
Tenko? Because as a member of the student council, she would have been allowed into this lab. And she did
yeah.
allow members of the student council to enter the lab. That's right. Yeah, and she had been shut away here working on the ritual by herself since yesterday. She said she would only unlock the door if she heard a student council member's voice. That would
That's
certainly
true.
point to Tenko. She did betray the student council after all. It's not that I want to suspect Tenko, but since the only student council members would have been left in here, so Angie only let student council members. That would be Gonta, Kibo, Himiko, Tenko, and Tsumugi. Okay, so the whole Kibo idea is what the entire the second game did this a lot. A bunch of murders that were like proxy murders. So, and it hasn't done that yet. Of that group, Tenko is certainly the most suspicious. Yeah, but she wasn't a council member anymore. Tsumugi's account has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. What? Why can't I look at the hanging dolls? They would seem like they're important. Especially the one with the goddamn sword in. Angie's body. She's lying face down in the middle of the room. Are you going
What's
to take
wrong?
a closer look? Yes, I was
okay.
planning to. Then let's
Got a
hurry up and
minute?
do it. Can't afford to waste any time here. Maki didn't hesitate. She stepped past me and walked over to the body. She has no problem with dead bodies. She's the ultimate assassin. Okay, now we go. 4 effigies hung upside down makes the scene particularly eerie. Ropes are dangling from the exposed beams on the ceiling.
If I remember correctly,
Angie made all of these wax figures. Is the
Hey.
rope from the warehouse? I believe
you're
so.
right.
And that means they won't be much of a clue. Anyone could have gone and gotten those ropes. Maybe the student council should have blocked the warehouse instead of the manhole. The warehouse does contain plenty of things that can be used for murder. Anyway, I know these effigies are just wax, but it still creeps me out. The
That's
effigies
true.
look exactly like real people. Not just their faces, but their bodies too. The ultimate artist certainly was talented.
By the way,
Why is this effigy hanging upside down? Is this part of the ritual? I'm not sure.
what
If
is
it's not, then why is it like this? Who would go out their way to hang a wax effigy? Right. If they're going to do this much work, there must be some reason for it. What could it be? Who would do this? The culprit, Angie, or someone else entirely? Effigies hung upside down has been added to the duplicate section of your monopad. Ooh, I know where that katana came from. The katana stamped into Kaede's wax effigy. Who did
Damn
this?
it.
And why? Let me
got a
see.
minute?
Maki nudged me aside and gripped the katana and pulled it out of the effigy. Wait, this is a crime scene, you can't. You wanted
What
to
is
check the
it?
katana, right? Well, you can't do that if you don't pull it out. Yes,
Because-
true, but we have to preserve the scene. Maki paid no mind to my protest and stared at the katana for a while.
Is this...
It's a real katana, with this gold leaf on it. Yeah, I believe it's
Okay.
one that was on display on the Ultimate Anthropologist's lab. Is that so? We can probably assume this is the murder weapon, judging from the bloodstains on the tip. The edge is too rusty to cut well, but it would be good enough to stab. But why would they go through the effort of using this as the murder weapon?
That's true.
Good question. They could have gone to my lab and grabbed a more suitable weapon.
Could it be?
Perhaps it's because Kyo's lab is on the same floor. They just grabbed something close by. They may have been in a hurry. Or maybe they just needed a long weapon like this. A long weapon? My lab doesn't contain swords or any weapon of this length. or any other weapons of this length. Oh, really? I'm not sure
That's
how
true.
Monokuma found out, but he must know I don't use swords for work. When I first started working, I botched a mission using a katana. I haven't used a sword since, which is fine, because they're a hassle to carry anyway. Also, I'm pretty sure guns... I mean, I played Hitman. You can use all sorts of weapons, but just a gun. Just use a gun. Nah, John... Probably no. I just don't think swords are probably used in assassinations. Knives, yeah. But swords are... You fight using a sword, you don't assassinate using the sword. Surely. I haven't used swords since, which is fine because they're a hassle to carry anyway. I suppose everyone's lab is suited to them personally, just like Angie's was. But how did they know all this? Anyway, the gold leaf on this katana flakes off easily. It's all over my hand now. It must be pretty odd for the gold leaf to flake off that easily.
Got a minute?
Why didn't you say so earlier? My hands are all sticky now. I'll have to wash them later. Maki scolded me, then stood in front of the Kaede's effigy. I'm
Hey,
going to put the katana back where we found it. If it's too hard to watch, look away.
Okay.
I did. I managed to miss Gunter. I averted my gaze, and Maki stabbed the katana back into the wax effigy.
by the
Even
way,
so, why was the weapon stabbed into the wax effigy? A hanging wax effigy, no less. Was it part of the ritual, or was the culprit trying to hide the murder weapon? Perhaps they had no intention of hiding it. They didn't even wipe off the blood. Besides, I'm certain there were better ways to hide a murder weapon than this.
what are you talking about?
Then what's the reason for this? I honestly
That's-
have no idea.
Well,
We should investigate where this weapon came from. We might find a clue there.
Okay.
The ultimate anthropologist lab. Yes, let's do that. I want to make sure the katana indeed came from that room. Well, this katana has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. He wears gloves. Well, he wears wraps. He's a robot. She wears gloves. Black ones as well. Ah! This book! Okay, it's the Necronomicon. It's got the resurrection trial on it. This was the motive. The Necronomicon. And
hey,
you tried to perform the ritual written in this book, right? Yes.
Okay.
If we look at the book, we should learn the steps of the ritual she was trying to perform. Let's take a look. I don't know if they're going to read it, so I'm going to read what I can from this screen. How much do you know about resurrection rituals? I'm an expert, that's why I wrote this handy manual. It's so easy, anyone can do it. Even a monkey, even a bear. What's a ritual? Do you want to talk to a dead loved one again? This simple ritual will return a departed soul to the land of the living. Here's how. Preparing the effigy. Prepare an effigy of the dead soul you wish to contact. Size and shape of the effigy is irrelevant, and you can make it out of whatever materials you wish. If it's not obvious who the effigy is supposed to be, label it with the name of the deceased. Sprinkle ashes of the deceased and close your eyes, and after a while you should feel a light tap on your back. So that means... So she would have been praying. The Necronomicon Resurrection Ritual. Okay, probably that's the name. Prepare an effigy of the dead soul you wish to contact. The size and the shape of the effigy is irrelevant. Make it out of whatever materials you wish. If it's not obvious who the effigy is supposed to be, label it with the name of the deceased. After preparing the effigy, burn this Necronomicon to ashes. Use caution. Be mindful of carbon monoxide poisoning. Sprinkle the ashes of the effigy on the effigy and repeat the name of the deceased 3 times. Then close your eyes and wait. After a while, you should feel a light tap on your back. So if so, that means the ritual was a success. She never burnt the book. The ashes are only good for one use. The ritual can only be performed once, so use it wisely. So these are the steps for the resurrection ritual.
This is
And she
stupid.
really believed in this crap. It's pretty obvious that you wouldn't be able to resurrect anyone with this. Under normal circumstances, I'm sure that's true. But in this place, I don't think we can rule anything out. Necronomicon. So I want to talk to Gonza before we... Oh, she's doing a cool half-turn thing. I just want to confirm something. When we got into the lab, you saw that the front door was locked.
Okay.
Yes, I'm positive. I grabbed the knob and tried to turn it. It really is locked. The front entrance was locked until Kokichi picked the lock to open it. So you picked the cylinder lock open. Do you think anyone else could have opened the lock besides him?
That's
It would have been
true.
impossible from the outside. The monocubs took the key.
Then
So Kokichi's the only one who could have opened and closed the door from the outside, right? Correct. Only Kokichi would have been able to open and close the door from the outside. Someone inside could have opened and closed it as they pleased. So the front door was locked from the inside of the room. Not necessarily,
No.
I'm thinking of possibilities. But in that case, the question becomes how the person who locked the doors got out. How the culprit got out of the classroom after locking the doors. Odd Labs, front door has been added to the truth bullet section of your monitor pad. This door is the lab's back door.
is this?
This door has a sliding lock. And it's still locked. It's got gold leaf on.
That's
Because
true.
no one has used this door since we came in here, I believe Angie locked this door when she came in, and it's been locked ever since. Oh wait, what's this? Look, there's something gold and shiny on the tab of the sliding lock. Gold and shiny? Could it be... Mackie,
that all
may I
right?
see it for a minute? I want to try moving the sliding lock.
So
I want to
what?
unlock it. Go ahead, do what you want. I carefully touched the knob of the lock, avoiding the gold parts, and softly slid the lock open. Click. Just as I
Okay.
suspected. The lock will slide without much effort. Ah! Okay, it's pretty easy to leave them. Whether you lock it or unlock it. Oh, no. I thought back door's been added. Still, it's strange that the front door and back door have different locks. The front lock that we came in from has a cylindrical lock. And the rear door over there has a sliding lock. But by the time we discovered the body, both doors were locked. In
Is
other words, this is what you might call a locked room mystery, right? Locked, huh? Yes,
You're right.
the cylinder lock's key was taken by the monocups. So both doors could only be locked from the inside. But only if you rule out Kokichi's lockpicking, right? He could have picked the cylinder lock in the front to go in and out of the lab. So he could have created this locked room mystery. It's possible that he locked the door from the outside out by picking it after he killed Angie.
If I
That's
remember
true.
correctly,
Also,
That's right.
he appeared at an oddly convenient time when we tried to enter the lab ourselves. He's clearly
it.
suspicious. It is suspicious, but that solution seems a little too convenient. Okay. The murder
Why?
at night time is strange, impossible even. Why do you think
Why?
that?
Right.
Because student council made rule that we know can be outside during night time. Everyone should have been asleep. No way murder could have happened at night time. Do you really think everyone would go along with that rule? But it's a
What?
true rule. Angie say he punished us if we not follow rules. But the student council wasn't included in that, correct? They could do what they wanted. Angie was working here at night. She was. No way.
But
Student council would never break own rules. They should have been
Right.
asleep in own rooms to set good example to others. Maybe Angie got attacked while she's asleep in her room, then get brought here.
Gonta.
If so,
idiot.
Gonta could have saved her, if only Gonta saw. But Gonta was sleeping. Sorry, Angie, Gonta no could save you. I find it hard to believe that no one went outside in spite of the student council rule. Alright, now let's look at the body. I've been saving until last. There's blood dripping from Angie's head. According to the Monokuma file, she sustained a stab wound to the back of the neck, as well as a laceration on her forehead.
I knew
Killing
it.
blow was a single stab to the back of the neck. A sneak attack, most likely. Sneak attack? Then what do you make of this wound on her forehead? Maybe the culprit hit her in the head before stabbing her from behind. But her two wounds are substantially different. Did the culprit change weapons mid-attack?
Oh yeah.
I suppose that would be unnecessary. But
Remember.
also the wound on her forehead looks deep, but it's not bleeding much. What's going on with these two wounds? Okay.
Huh?
What's wrong now?
Huh?
Move.
Got a minute?
Angie pushed me aside and then lifted Angie's body up by the shoulder.
Is this...
What's this doing crumpled underneath her body?
What is it?
This is duct tape, right? What's duct tape doing here? I don't know, but it must be related to the case. Looks like there are hairs stuck to the tape. Long hairs. Angie's, right? Bloody duct tape with Angie's hair on it. What could it mean? I'm
But
surprised you spotted this, Mackie. It was hidden under her body. It was
So
partially
what?
visible. As a detective, you should have noticed it before I did. Well, that's true.
okay.
Well, even so, I guess you're still getting used to being around dead bodies. So don't beat yourself up over it. Well then,
Okay.
it's a good thing you're used to corpses, Mackie.
Do you want to die?
Joking.
Sorry.
I couldn't resist. You don't need to
Got a minute?
apologise. I was joking too. You didn't sound like a jerk, though. I'll be honest, right now, I have no goddamn idea. I have no idea whatsoever. I think that's time. We'll leave the room. Yeah, pretty much. There are apparently still things to investigate here. No. Blood, the pool of blood. A small pool of blood has emanated from Angie's torso. This can't be from her forehead. This blood is from the back of her neck.
Is
Blood
this...
is dry. It must have been spilled a few hours before Angie was killed. Maybe more. That fits the 2 AM time of death listed on the Monokuma file. What? Angie's body appears to be exactly as described in the Monokuma file. There were several clues that caught my attention, but I can't draw any conclusions yet. If we think about all the evidence in combination, that might tell us something. let's continue the investigation for now. Maki, what's wrong? It's not
so
that
what?
important, but the only time you're reliable is when you're investigating a crime scene. Is that supposed to be a compliment? Who
Like
knows?
I'd know.
You're certainly more reliable than Kaito, at least. That guy's useless. Anyway, let's continue. So, I just want to... Yeah.
Got a
Is
minute?
this really time to rest? I don't think we found enough clues yet. We don't know how much time we have left to investigate, so we need to hurry up.
You're right.
First, we should investigate the ultimate anthropologist's lab. We may find a clue related to the katana. We need
That's
to
true.
check if the katana really did come from that place. Something wrong, Maki. It occurred
By
to
the
me.
way.
Why am I acting like your partner?
Sure.
Well, it's fine.
Whatever.
Just don't get used to it. It's not as if I asked you, but it's fine by me. It's true Maki is a tremendous help to me. Okay, before I leave, I want to double check some of these bullets, because I want to make sure I'm straight. It's annoying that they keep saying about the key to the lock, but they don't say if that's on both sides or not. But... Okay. The injury on the victim's forehead was not bleeding as much as it should, which means she was already dead by the time she got it and she'd already bled out. Okay. The handle of the sliding lock moves at the slightest touch. Where's the pool of blood? Pool of blood was dry. Okay. I do have a theory. I think she might have been hanging and fell. I'm not sure yet. I've pretty much got a week to figure this out though, because that's when I'll be recording the next episode. I've been John Foxy and Tommy John all the West. I've been having a Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony adventure, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.